Hey, what's up, y'all? Been a while since we've done an update. Been working on the car pretty heavily, trying to get it ready for stage. So obviously, because of Corona, they've canceled a lot of the rallies. So I've been using the extra time and the money to prep the car even more, which means I've been working really hard to make sure it's ready for Colorado. I've pretty much got the car done. The car's logbook. Obviously, I got the cage painted. Seats are in. Interior's pretty much done. I actually dropped the whole engine and did like an engine refresh, did timing chain, timing guides, gaskets, etc. And then I went ahead and added a WaveTrack LSD. So that's probably the biggest thing in terms of performance, is now I have an LSD. So I put 1/4 inch HDPE pretty much under everything except for the engine. The engine has a 3/16 aluminum skid plate. So I went ahead and welded up all the mounting tabs for that and got it look all clean, got it painted real quick. But that actually took the longest time, is to weld a lot of random things to the chassis, or I had to relocate the window switch for the windows so both me and the co-driver can operate them. Things like the battery disconnect switch had to be centrally located as well. The rally computers, got to make them out for that. Took a good amount of time. It's all just finicky stuff that you know more or less how to do, but it takes a while to kind of work out the kinks. But all that's done. I can go ahead and just give you a once over of kind of what I did as far as the driver's seat, the co-driver seat, and then the trunk. And obviously interior lights, you can see the ones behind me turn on with the doors being open. That's kind of wired up into the stock circuits. And then this one right here is just on a switch for like map lights. Extra lighting, I also have the one in the trunk where if you open the trunk, the lights turn on as well. So just cool little things that I did with a lot of the stock circuits. The radio is obviously not in here, the stock radio. So I also broke out those wires to go to this fuse box that I have. Fuse box is for auxiliary circuits, auxiliary lights, and the intercom. So auxiliary circuits being things like things to charge the cameras, the rally tablet, the rally cell phone. I got a USB hub in the front, USB hub in the back, and then a couple auxiliary connectors. So the plan is to do Colorado. I already have my ARA number. It's going to be 15-7, which is super awesome because 15 is my number and 7 is a lucky number. So I'm hoping that actually works out for the good. But I'll go ahead and go through that. Just wanted to give a quick update because I know it's been a really long time. But yeah, I've been super hard at work trying to get this car ready. So real quick on the driver's side, obviously did the horn switch. I have a cell phone mount for me, so that way I can always just have my cell phone handy, not that I need to look at it when I'm racing. Here's the fuse box with a couple switches like auxiliary override, intercom override over here. Obviously here's the window switch for both windows, the intercom here in the middle, and then back there is another hub that goes for the co-driver map light, and the switch for the cool shirt, and an auxiliary for whatever else we want. But right now it's hooked up to the hub. Here you can see the steering wheel hook and the map lights. So map lights. So here's a roof scoop, got it from Poland. It's actually carbon fiber, but painted it blue to kind of match. One thing I thought that was kind of a cool idea is to use these bike water bottle cages for water bottles. I'm not really keen on using camelbacks because there's a lot of maintenance for them, and to fill them up it's kind of a pain to pull them out, fill them up. At least with the water bottle holders we can just use regular bottled water, fill them up, and then keep going. Here on the co-driver side I got the foot plate, the main rally computer, and then the rally cell phone. So the rally cell phone is going to display just regular odometer stuff, and then the rally computer will do things like time control. So that's actually pretty cool. I'm a really big fan of that Rally Trip Meter app. Right here we got one of the outboard cameras, and then the inboard camera is here. Right here you can actually see that the Garmin Glow GPS receiver is actually on. That thing is pretty awesome. It connects to not just GPS antennas, but like Russian low orbit antennas or satellites as well. So it always has really good GPS signal, and it just connects to Bluetooth to both of these. So that's pretty nifty. We got the fire extinguisher here, another cage for the co-driver, the triangle that needs to be accessible for the co-driver, and then the map light here. So the map light's actually pretty cool because it's multicolored. It's white, yellow, and a different shade of yellow, I think. So back here for the belt cutters, we got one behind the driver and one behind the co-driver. Pretty straightforward. Also have the headsets that you can see between the seats. Don't know how often we'll be using those, but I want to have them just in case. The door pockets with the OK signs, and then a snack if you want. These are just the 1/8 inch HDPE plastic for door cards. One thing I wanted to mention is that I do use a lot of this Velcro tape stuff. It's the loop on one side and the hook on the other. It's really good for tying up cables, like you can see, but it's also doubles as like a rag holder for a microfiber. Given that a lot of dust comes in the cab, it's nice to have a rag just to clean off the screens, so that way they always work. So moving on to the back, we have the helmet hammock, which isn't anything new. I think I've had that in here before. We have the second fire extinguisher. We have a crash bag, which should have water, drinks, and snacks, and random things, like it has a pill bottle in there too. We have both of the triangles, the remaining triangles, so we have to have 3 in total. So the other 2 are back here mounted on the cage. I kind of made this little bracket. Not a big fan of it, but it works. Battery box can be seen there. It doesn't need to be a full plastic box enclosed like that. Here's the cool shirt cooler. I actually went ahead and added this 12 volt regulator. So here is the light that I was talking about. You can see it's on, that the trunk's open. Also spare tire with the strap, the tire iron, and then I have the toolkit, which has the small impact to zip off the nuts once you have broken off the wheel lugs. In this bag we have the first aid with the toe strap and the soft shackles. These are actually, I don't know if you can tell, but I used like a M6 bolt with some webbing. I actually cut the webbing off this and drilled a hole in it, kind of like you can see here, and then made little lightweight brackets with rib nuts through them, so I could actually screw the bag to the vehicle in 4 spots. So it's bolted down on the bottom and bolted down on the side. Both of these work pretty well. This is the spill kit from Rally Build, awesome guys, and they actually sold me both the spill kit and the first aid kit, but it works pretty well. This spill kit actually weighs nothing, so it bounces around and it doesn't really rip the bag. It works pretty well. And then just random zip ties all over the place, right there on the cage, and then behind the driver. I don't know if you can see that. Moving to the engine bay, did a lot of heat shielding, mainly because the exhaust is right there. I went ahead, wrapped the headers, and then everything that is back there that has a shield has heat shielding. So there's a heat shielding for the exhaust itself, there's one for the steering rack, and then I went ahead and put some fiberglass heat shielding on the firewall as well, and on the intake box. Last thing is probably these hood latches. These are required per NASA and ARA, so went ahead and put them on. They pretty straightforward. I think they're the Aero Catch ones. And then these are the new Zeus fastener quick disconnects. This is how the light bar is going to be mounted on. So not sure if you can see, but the skid plates right there up in front, got a couple plates here in front of the bolts, so if anything wants to break that bolt off, it has to go through that plate first. And then further back, if you can tell, there's HDPE all the way back, protecting everything but the exhaust. So also got a couple new sets of method wheels with some Federal tires. I do want to do a more in-depth video of the specific things for the cage and what it takes to do stage, but I think for now this is what I got. So yeah, just wanted to do a quick update as to what all I've been up to. Like I said, I do want to do a deep dive into everything that I had to do to get the car stage ready. Like I said, it's now logbooked. So I did a mock tech inspection, so we're pretty much ready to go as far as stage rally. But yeah, headed to Colorado and gonna see how things go, and we'll talk to you after that. Hopefully with a pretty good update about how Colorado went, but we'll see. All right, thanks. See ya. All right, good job. Good catch. Give. Sit down. Go. You gonna get it? Oh! You stupid. Oh, you stupid. Come here. Hey. Don't be mad because I embarrassed you. Get over here.